Welcome back, boys and girls, and I have a new crossbow to review. No, not this one. This is my old one. This is Barnett Extreme, and this has been a great crossbow. Shoots well, very accurate. Now, only issue that I have is that this is a little bit too bulky, a little too big, and a little too heavy. And going up and down the tree, it tends to be a little heavy, and sometimes I even feel a little bit unsafe. And because I'm always hunting up in the tree, I wanted to get something a little bit more compact and lighter. So I got a Barnett XP400. Now this only weighs 6.2 pounds. I think that's without the scope, but this came with a scope, with a cranking device, and this was on sale for $3.99. I am pumped. Let's unbox it and see what we got. Okay, let's see what we got. It's a big box. It came packed really well. Came with 2 arrows. Wow, that's very narrow. I like that. Okay, it's got checks on it, real stock, scope, arrows, bow assembly, master part pack, accessories, final quality control inspection, all passed. 2021, April 28. Okay. There's an arrow holder. Now there's a crank device with a manual. I could tell right now this is already a lot lighter, and this comes with adjustable butt stop. And you can also adjust the cheek rest. Right here it says caution, please do not have your thumbs or any other finger above this guard right here. And this also comes with a string stopper. Okay, this shouldn't be too hard. I just have to attach that there and we should be good. Now one thing that I appreciate is that they actually put a lot of string wax here, and because a lot of times people forget about the wax and you can actually snap the line or shorten the life. And you also want to put some lubricant for the wear as well. Believe it or not, I do read manuals if I have to assemble something. And I think I have a pretty good idea what to do. They actually sent you wax, which is very nice of them, and an Allen wrench, and a one big bolt that goes through right here. Let me see. Okay, here it says hand tightening using the hex key wrench. Check tightness after the first 20 shots, then before each use. Now most tricky part is having this section, this cross string goes underneath the rail and this goes above it. And then we gotta fit through that hole and then tighten it up. Okay. Now doing it on the table didn't work. The menu didn't tell you how to do it. But actually having it down, having your foot in there, and pull and put the string over, it went in fine. So that's the most difficult part, I hope. Now this comes with a lock washer. That's a little scary. I hope I didn't crack anything. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. Okay. Now the washer is completely flattened, so I think we're good. Don't lose your Allen wrench. And do not lose your crank handle. I was reading a review. He was very happy with the crossbow, but he lost his handle. And when they called the service department, they said you actually had to buy the whole crossbow just to get the handle. So they don't sell this separately. It came with 2 field tips. Now this is a quick detach device which I really like. Just like that. And if you're right-handed, make sure you want to put it on the right side. That way it'll be easier for you. And they also provide an Allen wrench for this device as well. Now this is just my thought, but I think having this forward as much as possible would be a good idea because you're going to have the arrow coming further back. Okay, I'm not even gonna put more pressure on it even with 2 fingers because this is all plastic and this is only just to hold the arrow and doesn't really take the punishment. Yeah, that should be fine. That's it. That was easy enough. Now even the scopes they came pre-mounted, I like to check all of them, make sure they're nice and tight. But this one's definitely not tight enough. Crossbow actually has a pretty good impact on the scope. Okay, we should be good. You also want to check the scope base. Yeah, they're not tight enough. We should be good. Okay, let's make sure the crosshair is straight. It is straight. My previous crossbow came with a Barnett scope. On this, it came with a hollow scope. As for the crosshair, we have 5. And I believe it's from 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60 yards. So that should be more than enough. And I believe some people also said on the top, 20, 30 yards both should be fine. And then it might be 40, 50, 60, and 70. But we'll find out. Okay, with everything on it, it's 7 pounds and 12 ounces. So not bad at all. Okay, let's compare with my old Wildcat. Okay, I can't get it steady, so I'm gonna have to stand it up. Okay, it's 9 pounds and about 6, 7 ounces. So that's about 2 pound difference, and there's a big difference. And the more than the weight, the problem is how big this is. This is very big, very bulky. Compared to the new one, you can see how much narrower it is. It's just a little bit more than a half of the width. And as for the broadhead, I like to use Spitfire by NAP. Now the draw weight on this is 200 pounds and the speed of the arrow is 400 feet per second. So that's a lot of weight and that's a very fast arrow. Now on my previous crossbow that was 175 pounds, I don't have any problem cocking it without any device. But because I'm hunting from the tree stand, I usually have it cocked before I go up and I really don't like that. So I want to be able to cock it on the tree stand with a device, and that's where the cranking device comes really handy. It's quite light and it's very compact, so I have a big expectation for this. Now Barnett actually has a newer model called Hyper Whitetail Hunting or Hyper whatever the series is. Now I actually looked into buying that because they had a really good sale on it. They actually had $20 off, and for another 100, which is $4.99, I could have bought that series. Now the only problem is they use different arrows. They use thinner, lighter, and longer arrow. Now the problem is I have 8 boxes of this arrow here, and each box costs about 40-50 bucks. So I didn't want to spend more money on the arrow, so I went with this model. And the newer model actually is a little bit heavier. Just the crossbow alone weighs close to 8 pounds, so it wasn't really what I was looking for. I was looking for something lighter and more compact. I'm not gonna show you how this shoot today because it's way too hot outside and I don't want to go out there, and we still have some time before the archery season. But I'm just gonna show you how this crank system works, and on the next video in the future I'll do a review on how accurate this crossbow is. Okay, down here it's got an on and off switch. You want to move that to off, and this string going into the screw right here, and then have this come forward and hook into the, and then hook it up here like so. Yeah, it's much easier. Now again, I'm just gonna release it because I'm not gonna fire this. It's the off switch. Back on. That's it. Okay, there's quite a lot of difference here. There's the old one, Wildcat, and there's the XP400. It's much more compact, lighter, but more powerful. Now, one thing that I noticed is, which is inconvenient, is having the arrows on the side. When you hold it, it kind of gets in the way with your hand, and also with your other hand. But it is doable, but not really comfortable. But if you see my video, once I'm up in the tree, I actually remove the arrow and just put it in my backpack, because having this colorful things moving around really kind of catches their eyes. So I'm probably gonna quick detach it and then just put it in my backpack and then hang it right by the tree so I could get to it whenever I need to. And lastly, like always, thank God for what you have, enjoy life with what you got, but mostly get excited about the new season. See ya.